My name is Mike Gann. I'm with Advanced Sports out of Philadelphia. I'm the product director for all range of product that we produce, including the Fuji line. We're going to run through the Outland 29er as a start. Last year we did a major revamp on our entire full suspension line, and we worked on three principal platforms: Outland 29er, Outland 26-inch wheel, which is a 125mm platform, and the Reveal, which is a 26-inch wheel 140 platform. So we'll start with the Outland 29er. Major hallmarks of the design: we wanted to focus on the handling, trying to give the consumer a really durable, maintenance-ready platform. Started with the rear end and how the wheel is going to align with the front wheel in use. So a working principle of a very good full suspension bike is you want to make sure that your front and rear wheel stay in alignment all the time. A lot of designs in use, you're carving through a corner, you're under heavy load, or you're in a heavy drive situation. Your seat stays, your chain stays, because of the twisting loads of the drivetrain or because of the terrain, you want to sort of walk off right or left relative to the front end. So we spent a lot of time looking at the rocker design, the interface between the frame and the rocker, the horse pivot, and the main bearing assembly. We're using seal bearing hardware on every pivot location, so seal bearings, full seal bearing cartridge here, seal bearing in the horse, which is unique for most of our competitors. And then we're actually using 4 seal bearings in the main pivot. Gives a little extra rigidity in the swing arm. All the hardware uses, or all the connections are using very oversized alloy hardware. Dropped about 45 grams out of the frame with that exercise. The rocker itself, again, to add to the rigidity, has a male-female interaction between the two pieces. So the left and right side are keyed, so even without the hardware in place, the two rocker halves cannot twist or turn. Net result, most full suspension bikes, if you apply pressure to the side of it, you can get the seat stays to move over and get either close to or touch your seat tube. With this type of design, it's really, really minimal. And by that, we're really trying to make sure that you've got the steering precision, the handling precision that you need on the trail. From a maintenance standpoint, with it being all sealed bearings, even though it's all serviceable, in most terrains, your user's not going to need to replace a bearing for as much as 3 to 5 years. So these bikes definitely are catered towards the cross-country or ride-up, ride-down use. With the 29er platform, very minor changes from 2010 to 2011. We're at 100 millimeters front and rear on this bike. We run a 74 degree setup, and our chainstay length, I think, on this bike is about 450. Next, we're going to talk about the Reveal. It's really the bigger brother of the Outland series. The travel moves to 140 millimeters, and really we're getting more into that all-mountain or enduro category, whatever people want to call it. So the tubing that we use here is a bit thicker. We're expecting this to get a little more abuse. Similar principles though in the design. All of the hardware, the seal bearings, are all actually universal across our full series of full suspension bikes, so there's one maintenance kit for every bike. Makes it easy on the shop, easy on the end user. Again, the rocker on this bike is a male-female connection. We go to 2 bolts on the hardware just to stiffen it up a bit more, but again, that resists the twisting in use. All the mountain bike frames in our alloy series are 60-66, usually triple or double butted depending on the tube we're talking about. But this bike really is the strongest category for us and a lot of our competitors. Most of our end users, if we can give them a lighter bike with more travel, they sort of levitate towards it. So as the suspension elements get lighter, as the components really start to drop in weight, we can effectively give them a 140 millimeter travel bike that probably weighed closer to what the old 120 or 100 millimeter bikes in some cases weighed. So a lot of our consumers, if they're going to have one full suspension bikes, they are sort of levitating up in travel. So this is one of our strongest offerings in the mountain bike line. All right, guys, thanks for visiting Advanced Sports, taking a look at all our new product. If you have any questions, visit our various websites, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to run through the technology with you or any of the new bikes that we have.